Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kaylee and thanks for being here. Today I'm gonna show you what's on my iPad. I think this video has been really highly requested ever since I posted my iPad unboxing back in 2021 I think. And yeah, I'm finally doing it. I've been putting this back for so long because my iPad has been on default and I've just been using that few apps for the past year and I've just been lazy to customize it, but I finally did it. For the past few days I've been spending my time on customizing my iPad and making it more aesthetic and nicer on the eyes. Without further ado, let's get right onto my iPad. Okay, so the iPad I'm using is the 2021 iPad Pro with the M1 chip. I got it along with my Apple Pencil, which is the second generation one. This is my case. I have this silver magnetic case. I got it recently. My previous case was the pink one, which wraps around your entire screen, and I think that wasn't that neat. My pen couldn't charge on the side. I had to take off the rubber casing to charge my iPad, which wasn't exactly the most convenient thing, but this one, it just slides right on it and then I can just close it up and yeah, it's good to go. So I forgot to mention, I use a glass screen protector. Previously I used to have the paper-like screen protector, but I think it decreases the quality of the screen quite a lot, and I didn't really like it because I like to watch entertaining stuff on it, YouTube and Netflix, so I don't really enjoy that paper-like quality on my iPad. If you are using it to study mainly, I think it's really good to use that paper-like screen protector. I'll link it down below because it's quite easy to write with, especially for like beginners. So this is my lock screen. I have this brown watercolor lock screen and I think it's just really pretty, so I just put it there. And then my home screen is a word of serendipity. It means finding something good without looking for it, and I think it's quite refreshing or quite motivational if I put it there. Yeah, so this is my home screen and it contains of all the apps I frequently use and basically most of the apps I would use if I turn on my iPad. I don't really use my iPad throughout the entire day. I've seen people use it for the entire day, like students or even working people, but I don't really use it that often. I just use it for creativity and entertainment. Okay, so this is my main home screen. I'll just explain the widgets first because it's quite easy to explain and it's quite simple. So the first widget I have is this motivational app, which I turn into a widget because I think it's quite refreshing. It gives you like new quotes or new affirmations every day, and I guess it's better for your brain to think positively every day, right? And then the next widget on the right is this flip clock app. I think everyone knows. It's quite the aesthetic. You can turn on a light color or dark color, or you can customize it. Next to it, I have my vision board, which I made back in December 2021 and it's still there. I think it's still really pretty and still aligned with all my goals and stuff. Below that, I have this frequently used apps widget. Basically, I just put it there because I wanted a gap filler and it's quite convenient to have, I guess. So I have YouTube, Pinterest, Widgetsmith, Flipclock, App Store, Procreate, the motivational app which I showed you just now, and then Record It, which I'm recording right now. And then on the left of that, I have a Google Calendar. It links to Google Calendar app. These are the stuff which will pop up. Everything you write on that day, it will pop up on this small little widget below it. To the left of that, I have another widget which is a picture I put into Widgetsmith, and it's quite easy to customize in Widgetsmith. And Pinterest is like the go-to place for inspirational pictures or like aesthetic pictures for your home screen. I'll link my Pinterest down below. I have quite a lot of folders and boards of different kind. Let's go into my apps folder. So my first app folder is this learn folder. It consists of all the things I'm, I guess, learning. So I have GoodNotes 5, Notability, Skillshare, Coursera, Do, which is a to-do list app, which I originally wanted to use, but I switched into Google Calendar because Google Calendar is syncs to all your other devices and I think it's really cool. So yeah, and then Goodreads. I have a Goodreads account, but I haven't signed into my iPad one. So GoodNotes and Notability. During A-levels, I used Notability and the Notes app to take notes. Those are the main two. I think recently GoodNotes has just turned free. I just downloaded it, so I'm quite new to it. I want to start digital planning and stuff on there. And then Skillshare. I'm currently thinking of subscribing to Skillshare because I think there's a lot of fun things I can learn. I'm currently on a gap year, or like half a gap year, so I have a lot of time on my hands. So yeah, and then Coursera is also like Skillshare, but it's more to educational stuff, I guess. Yeah, and then that's that. And then inspo/entertainment, I have Netflix and Behance. Netflix, it's self-explanatory. Behance is kind of like Pinterest, but more to like creative side. So there's typography, there's letterings, a lot of creative stuff. Yeah. So the next folder I have is Artsy, and I have Recorded, which is the app I'm currently using to record this screen recording. And then Photo, I think it's Affinity Photo. Yeah, this app is kind of like Adobe Photoshop, but Adobe Photoshop, I heard a lot of people said that the iPad version of it does not really have all the things you get on the laptop or the computer. So I just downloaded this because they said this one is more similar to the computer version. And Affinity Designer is exactly like Adobe Illustrator. Yeah, it's more to the digital creativity side of it. And then Vectinator is also around the same thing as Designer, but it's a free version, I believe. And yeah, it's quite cool. And then there's Canva. Canva I used to use for my overlays and my YouTube stuff last time, but nowadays I don't really use it. Oh, my iMac video, I used it to Photoshop my image into my iMac screen, so I think that was really cool. And then Sketchbook is kind of like Procreate. Sometimes I use it to do my thumbnails and stuff, and it's a free version, so if you want to like try out Procreate, maybe try out Sketchbook first before you get into Procreate. Fonto, I used to use it to, it's another like creative app. Okay, so for example, this photo, I think you can add text. Hi. You can use this for thumbnails and stuff as well. This folder, I mainly use it for my YouTube, obviously, for my thumbnails, overlays. Yeah, I don't edit on my iPad, so I edit fully on Final Cut Pro on my iMac. When I create like art on here, I would just airdrop it to my iMac. And Procreate, I use it to do my thumbnails nowadays because it's quite easy to write on and like doodles and stuff like that. So yeah, next to that is YouTube Studio, which is the analytics side and the numbers side of YouTube, which every creator should know. YouTube and Pinterest. Here's my Pinterest boards. I recently just created a journal prompts. I intend to add more to it because recently I've been trying to get more into journaling every day. Yeah, and then wallpapers. If you guys want inspirations, I have some here. I have all my aesthetics, beach inspo, casual feet inspo, editing crafts, which I get creative inspirations from. And then I have Notion. Notion, I tried to get into it, but I just cannot get into it. You get what I mean? Like, I think there's too many things on one page and I don't find myself going on there too often. Yeah, that's that. And then I have Photos, Gmail, and then on the bottom I have Google Calendar and Chrome. I don't really use Safari, by the way. And then Spotify. You guys can follow my Spotify. I have a bunch of playlists, fun playlists. Yeah. Next to that I have Photos, Notion, Pinterest, and these are just the apps I have, my app library. And moving on to my next slide, let's explain the widgets first. So first of all, on the top left, I have a widget app of TradingView. I was really into trading last year, so I just put that there. I haven't logged in yet, but I have like a paid account of it. Below that, I have another widget of a picture from Pinterest, and it says good things are coming because, you know, affirmations and trying to attract things, right? And then the next widget is my Spotify widget, which I could easily just access it if I tap on it. Below that, I have another widget of a aesthetic picture. I love flowers, and this picture was really suiting the theme of this page. And then next to that, I have a, what's this called? Widget stack of a bunch of apps. So the first one is weather, and the second one is my digital journal, which if I click on it, oops, you can't see that, it will just lead me to my notes app. So yeah, and then below that I have screen time because, you know, I've been on my iPad too much sometimes, and yeah, that's not good. Oh, and then clock. Okay, on to the apps. TradingView, as I said, like investing or like trading app, which I use to track stocks and yeah, companies. And then next to that is FaceTime. Below that I have camera. As you can see, hello, the iPad is really good at their quality. So yeah, I don't find myself taking pictures on my iPad because I have my phone, but for video calls and video conferencing, I think it's really useful to have like good front camera. Next to that is clock, self-explanatory, and then notes, app store settings, and basically the default apps when you buy an iPad. And also Widgetsmith, you can customize all your widgets on here, and it's really customizable. On to my last page. First of all, school is the apps I used to use in school back in A-levels. I use Google Docs, Outlook, which is like a Microsoft version of Gmail, I guess. And then Flora is basically like Forest, the app. You count your time studying and the hours. And Brainscape, basically like Quizlet, but I think I prefer Brainscape more. I use it for all my subjects, and it's really good because I get to practice my memory and all the things in my brain. And then Cam Scanner is like scanning your work and stuff when you submit to the teachers. Nostalgia, these are just the games I used to play when I was really young, so I just downloaded here for me to remind me. So Plant vs. Zombie, Angry Birds, Cut the Rope, which was so fun, Mario Kart, Subway Surfers, Roblox, and Crossy Road. Yeah, I don't think I need to explain that because I think everyone knows. I have 4 food apps. I recently downloaded these, and I think it will be really useful when I want to try new recipes and stuff. No, I think all these are pretty similar. They all give you recipes and more inspirations for and all the ingredients and stuff like that. So yeah, and then shops. I have Lazada, Shein, Shopee, and Shopback, which are all like e-commerce shops. Yeah, I use Shopee the most though, but on my phone. I don't really try to reach out to use on my iPad because I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, and then next to that I have wellness, motivation, and this affirmations app. So yeah, and then the last page I think is my app library again if you swipe to the most right. I think that's about it on my iPad. I don't really use my iPad, as I said, as often as I would want to. But yeah, I think in university or college, I think I'll use it pretty often. But at this time and point, I don't really use it as much to my liking. I just use my phone and my iMac on my laptop. So yeah, if you're new here, make sure to give this video a like, or you can subscribe, or you can comment anything down below. And everything I said I'll link it down below. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye!